How's it going, everyone? I want to take you guys through some PlayStation Plus updates as a couple of premium trials have been added. One of them just got added. Another one is a relatively notable trial that I don't recall when it got added, but it's still available, and one that's relevant right now. So 3 trials to cover as far as that's concerned. A game that I really enjoyed in 2025 is getting one of the updates that I love to hear about games getting these days, and that is the addition of an easier difficulty. I know it makes some people mad, but your boy gets so excited. I can't help but get excited when there's an easy difficulty option added. And Cronos, the New Dawn's a game I really like, but I have been vocal about the fact I thought the game was fairly challenging, and now, for those of you that were a little bit pushed away from that fact, they are adding an easier option, so we'll go over that. And then Digimon Story Time Stranger's second DLC episode has been detailed. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the bat, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 has gotten a free PlayStation Plus Premium trial. So before playing the game, or buying the game I should say, for $39.99, which is it is on sale, 20% off for the holiday sale, it does have a PlayStation Plus Premium trial, and you can play the game for 2 hours, and I really feel like 2 hours should give you a good idea on whether or not the game is gonna hook you. It's gonna be the introduction of the game where things really start to get going and it sets the tone for the game. I feel like you'll be able to appreciate a lot of the artistic design choices and whatnot, and you can decide on whether or not you want to continue the game after that and spend the $39.99. I actually think a 2-hour trial is perfect for this game to either win you over or for you to decide, hey, it's not my cup of tea, and then ultimately move on. I think the game is tremendous. I get that, at this point, it's gotten so much attention that some people just... It's when anything ever gets so popular that there is going to be an audience that I'm not even saying they're the hot take merchants. It's not that. It's just, a game gets so much attention, or any form of entertainment gets so much attention, and there are people that disagree with that level of attention and they prefer something else. At the end of the day, I assess gaming as something that is subjective to everyone. That's why something like the Game Awards, I can't take it all that serious, even though I had an absolute meltdown about 100 Line not being nominated for Best Narrative because I just thought that was such an egregious oversight on that. At the end of the day, people have so many different preferences of what they like out of games, what kind of games that they enjoy. For some people, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 might be their game of the year. For other people, it might be Ninja Gaiden 4. For other people, it might be Outer Worlds 2. And you know what? All of that is fine because we all have different preferences on what we like. I get that that's kind of the lazy cop-out answer, but what do you want me to say? Not everybody is gonna like a turn-based RPG, and guess what? That's fine. It's okay. It's good. We can all chill. We can all enjoy the games, and at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. Some people saying things like Expedition 33 revolutionized the turn-based genre. Like, no, I get that. That's a little bit of an egregious statement to say the least, but the game is fantastic, narratively incredibly compelling. The characters are great. The twists and turns I thought were really well done. Incredible soundtrack. I think the art direction is great, and overall just had a great time with the game. And yeah, check out that trial if you need something more so to sell you on the game. On top of that, Black Myth Wukong does have a game trial as well. Not on sale for the holiday sale right now, but for Wave 2, it could easily go on sale. I wouldn't spend $59.99 on the game at this point, but it is one of those games that very much does hold up in price, so it is what it is. We're gonna talk about easier difficulties getting at it. Man, I would love if Black Myth Wukong had an easy difficulty. This is one of those games that's also fairly challenging. I love the art style and the ambiance of the game. I think the setting is phenomenal. But obviously, challenging action titles, I play them all. They just really aren't my cup of tea when they get super difficult. And, it's trial and error with a lot of the bosses and figuring them out. That's just not something I really enjoy. But, hey, for the style of game that it is, I think a lot of people will enjoy it. And for a lot of people, it was their 2024 Game of the Year. So, check out that trial if you're interested. And then Baldur's Gate 3 has had a trial for a little bit, but it's got a 2-hour trial, which will barely scratch the surface of Baldur's Gate 3, but it is on sale right now, a historic low price point of $52.49, so I think a lot of people are going to be interested in picking it up, but get a taste of the game. It's a game that obviously got an incredibly strong reception, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be a game for everyone. I really think it's a lot like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where it's a significant time investment, and it rewards that level of time investment, but Again, at the end of the day, not going to be for everyone, and that's fine. Most games aren't for everyone, so try out that trial as well if you're a Plus Premium subscriber. So some quality trials getting added. I still think Plus Premium is a pretty terrible service, and you're paying for essentially game demos, so I think that's kind of whack, but it is what it is. Moving on from that, Cronos the New Dawn. So happy to hear about this new difficulty option. Temporal Diver is going to be added in early 2026. Cronos the New Dawn was a game developed to challenge the players, but we heard your voices, and we know that some of us want to explore the story behind the game in your own pace. So right now, we're working on a new difficulty setting that'll be introduced in early 2026, such is our calling. Look, I played through Cronos the New Dawn, and I always say, if I can make it through a game, I beat Ninja Gaiden 4 on normal difficulty, and that game was super easy on normal difficulty, to be honest, and I beat Cronos the New Dawn. Nobody has an excuse that they can't beat games. If I can make it through a game, you guys, anybody can make it through a game. However, with Cronos the New Dawn, I definitely was like, this game is a little bit on the challenging side. I wouldn't hate an easy mode, and look, I am the kind of person that is always going to appreciate an easy mode getting added. I get that that's not the cool thing to say online. I get that's not the traction that's going to get online, where everybody's bugging out about yellow paint and everybody's bugging out about games holding your hands too much. Guess what? I'm going to be transparent with how I play games. I'm an old washed up man at this point, and I need games to hold my hand at some points. I appreciated games like Hell Is Us as well that really don't hold your hand, but at the same time, I'm not calling for every game to have an easy mode. If the developer of the game feels like that would impact the identity of the game and they don't want to add an easy mode, I get it. I'm not calling for Elden Ring to add an easy mode. However, am I gonna appreciate a game being more accessible by offering an easier gameplay option? You're damn right I am, and I don't care if, oh my god, you're such a casual. Yo, people have things to do. They can't spend all the time in the world getting good at games, and guess what? Some people just aren't good at video games. It's not the end of the world. Congrats, brother. You're better at a video game than me. I think when I started hitting my boys that are super into Souls-like games, it's just like, you got me, bro. You're better at video games than me. I'll take the L. I will be okay. You know, it's like, okay, that puts it in perspective that it's not really that big of a deal, but at the same time, I'm not calling for every game to be designed for me as well and offer these easy modes. And again, I play a lot of these games I bug out about because I feel like it should be something I do. If I'm gonna make content, if I'm gonna talk about video games regularly, I should be playing a wide variety of video games. But for me personally, I appreciate easy modes getting added. I beat Lies of P when it came out, around the time that it came out, but I still get excited over that game getting added, that game adding an easy mode, because I think that game from an ambiance and an atmosphere standpoint is incredible, much like Cronos the New Dawn. And if that's gonna give more people the opportunity to check out the game or the desire to check out the game, all for that. And I'm gonna be vocal about that. I don't care, yo, call me a casual, call me whatever, like, bro, that's the stage that I'm at in my life. Like, back in the day, yeah, I would play games on harder difficulty, try to get the platinum trophy for beating the game on a hard. Maybe if this was 10 years ago, I would play Digimon Time Stranger on Mega Plus difficulty after beating the game to get the platinum trophy. I'm just at a different stage in my life where I don't want to do that. And if you do want to do that, more power to you. But I'm definitely gonna still appreciate games adding an easy mode. And Cronos the New Dawn is an excellent game, and I highly recommend you to check it out. I saw that they sold 500,000 copies for the game, which, you know, that's a fine number for a game like this. I just feel like it should do much better than that for the quality level it's at. I also get horror game, new IP, $45, a little bit of a hefty price point, but if you're into horror games, I think you'll have a good time with it. And I do think the difficulty in Cronos definitely added to the tension, and for a horror game, adds to the consequences that a player feels throughout the game. So maybe a lot of you guys will still want to play it in the standard difficulty. And again, I made it through the standard difficulty, and I always go back to, if I can make it through a game, anybody should be able to. But if you do want to play it on an easy difficulty, that'll be coming in early 2026. And then lastly, the aforementioned Digimon Story Time Stranger will be getting another DLC pack. Pack 2 Gakuran will be launching in January 2026. I will say, I love Digimon Story Time Stranger, thought it was a really good game. However, my worry about the DLC, because it was bundled with the game and the deluxe edition and the ultimate edition, is that a lot of the times we see these bundled in DLCs being really, really lazy cash grabs. And I haven't played the first episode pack on Digimon Story Time Stranger, but you look at the Steam reception. The Steam reception on the base game, 94% positive. What is the Steam reception on this DLC that's selling for $11.99? 184 user reviews. 39% of those reviews are positive for a mostly negative reception. It's about 2 hours of gameplay. It's not a lot. $11.99 is somewhat pricey, and I'm not calling for DLC to be, you know, air tree level or anything like that, but I just feel like more often than not, a lot of these DLCs that are baked into these Ultimate Editions and these Deluxe Editions end up being pretty bad relative to the game, and maybe it's because they don't have a lot of pressure to do quality content, but Assassin's Creed Shadows, that pre-order bonus expansion, that didn't turn out all too well as far as reception is concerned. This Digimon DLC didn't turn out all too well, at least episode pack 1, and Starfield Shattered Space didn't turn out all too well. Those are some of the ones off the top of my head as far as the reception for these bundled in with the Deluxe Edition or pre-order bonus DLCs always being pretty bad. What are the DLCs that are good? It's the expansions like Iki Island, like Frozen Wilds, like Burning Shores, like Shadow of the Erdtree, like Phantom Liberty, and these are some of the top level expansions, but those are expansions that were released after, well after the game came out. They weren't deluxe edition bonuses or anything like that, and generally speaking, those are the expansions that turn out really well. So just something to consider there, but hopefully they do a better job with episode pack 2. But at the end of the day, the work is already done. Like, these episodes are coming out month over month. It's not like just because the reception for episode pack 1 was negative that they're gonna course correct to this exponential degree. Like, the content is the content at this point, and that's always the worry when you have DLC coming out so quickly after a game is already out. And I wonder for the Ninja Gaiden 4 DLC that was baked into the deluxe edition of that, how that's gonna turn out. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, Expedition 33 has a PlayStation Plus premium trial available right now. Black Myth Wukong has a trial. Baldur's Gate 3 has a trial, which I think is kind of relevant right now. Big free update for Cronos the New Dawn, which I'm excited about, even though I'm not going to go back and play through the game again. I hope that that's a reason for some more people to check out the game. And then Digimon Story Time Stranger will get new DLC in January. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.